number 19 is, I'm going to do these problems, so kind of a little refresher, finding the exact value of each of these. So if we go ahead and look at the first one, so this is 19, and we're going to find the exact value of each. So if it says the natural log of e cubed, you don't have to, but sometimes I rewrite natural log as log base e, because then I think it is sort of a friendly reminder that this is just saying, what exponent would you need to raise e to get e cubed? And so the answer would just be 3. B says, what's the natural log of 1 plus the natural log of e? So again, I think it helps to just remember natural log means log base e, and an e is the same thing as an e to the 1. So any number raised to the 0 power will give me 1. So this answer is 0. What would you have to raise e to get e to the first power? That would be a 1. So the answer here is going to be 1. For C, it says, what is the natural log of 0? And this is going to be undefined, which is just, if you remember what it would look like if I was to graph the natural log function, it would look like this. That's y equals the natural log of x, and the domain is x's have to be greater than 0, and the range is all real numbers, so this is undefined. You cannot take a log of a negative number or 0. You just can't do it. So then for D, it says, what's the natural log of the square root of e? And I think there's 2 things you can do to make this question a little easier. Again, it's natural log is exactly the same thing as log base e, and the square root of e is the same thing as e to the 1/2 power. So this is a much friendlier way to write the same problem. These expressions are equivalent, and the answer is just going to be 1/2. What would you have to raise e to get e to the 1/2? Is just going to be 1/2. And again, these little properties, these rules are helpful, especially for these next couple, when you're looking at something when it says like, what if I had a raised to whatever you'd have to raise a to get x? That would give you x. What if you had log base a of a to the x? That would be x. So I think those are helpful, especially when you look at these last couple where it says e raised to the natural log of x. So log base e of x, that's just going to equal x. If I've got, so f says e to the 3 times the natural log of x. I think it's kind of helpful to remember that this means the same thing as e to the natural log of x, the whole thing raised to the 3rd power, because with our exponent rules, you would just multiply these 3 times the natural log of x. We know that this expression equals x, so this would be x cubed. So definitely let us know if you have questions about any of these, and there are lots of other correct ways to show your work.